Costco frozen foods. This is where I think Costco does an incredible job that most people overlook. Most people think Costco frozen food is the lazy option. Prep meal, pre-cooked meal, just to get into your microwave and have it ready in no time. Honestly, some of the smartest food choices I made are based on the item that I keep in my freezer. Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Claudia, a holistic nutritionist and hormone coach. I help busy entrepreneurial women reduce inflammation, manage pain, balance hormones, and feel lean and confident in their body again, while running a business, a family, and everything in between. On this channel, I share a real-life solution for busy businesswomen in their 40s and 50s who want to focus on their health. Things like smart grocery choices, simple nutrition education, flexible meal ideas, easy recipes, and realistic ways to make healthy eating actually work in real life. Alright, so today I'm going to review the frozen section at Costco. So this is where I think Costco does an incredible job that most people overlook. A lot of people either skip this aisle completely, but when the freezer is stocked intentionally, it actually makes eating better easier. So you don't need much planning as you have all the nutritional blocks right there for you to use. So here is something people don't realize. A lot of fresh food is picked earlier, it's the long distances and sit around before it even gets to your kitchen. So the frozen isn't the backup option. The frozen food, a lot of time, it's more reliable. Let's start with frozen wild berries. So I will use this every week. So frozen wild blueberries are one of the best frozen foods Costco carries. They are smaller and darker than regular blueberries, which means more skin relative to flesh. And that's where most of antioxidants live. They are specifically rich in anthocyanins, which support brain health and help lower inflammation. Because they are smaller, you also tend to get a steadier blood sugar response compared with larger cultivated berries. I use this constantly, and one of my favorite ways to use them is in a simple baked dish that works for breakfast or as a light dessert. Here is a simple egg and yogurt bake with warm fruits that you can try. So this is something I make on repeat. In a bowl, you can whisk together eggs, yogurt, 1 or 2 tablespoons of tapioca, pinch of salt, splash of vanilla, and you can put this in a small baking dish. Bake for 350 to 175 Celsius for about 20 to 25 minutes. While it's baking, take the frozen fruit and add it to a small pan with a splash of water. Warm it gently until it softens and releases its juices. Spoon the warm fruit over the bake and enjoy. It's lightly sweet, high in protein, and very satisfying without feeling heavy. And just to keep things flexible, are these with frozen raspberries or black cherries regularly. So raspberry are even higher in fiber and sauteed beautifully, so it's an easy swap that gives you slightly different benefits without changing how you cook. And black cherries are rich in anthocyanins like blueberries, but they also support muscle recovery and they are very good for sleep. So it's an easy way to change things up without overthinking it. If you never tried them, now it's a great time. So let me know in the comments below if you ever tried black cherries. I would love to hear what you think about them. The second item is frozen broccoli. Now, broccoli is one of these foods people underestimate. Nutritionally, it's very rich. So you are getting fiber for your gut health and blood sugar balance, vitamin C for immune support, vitamin K for bone health, folate for cellular health, and sulfur-containing compounds that support detox pathways. But the real reason broccoli is special has less to do with vitamins and more to do with how you handle it. Broccoli contains a compound called glucoraphanin, which on its own, it's inactive. When broccoli is cut or chopped, an enzyme called myrasonase is activated. That enzyme converts glucoraphanin into sulforaphane, one of the most studied compounds for lowering inflammation, support liver detoxification, cellular protection, and metabolic health. Here is the key part most people miss. After cutting broccoli, it needs to stay around for 10-15 minutes for that conversion to happen before cooking. If you cook it immediately, especially at high heat, you destroy that enzyme before it finishes its job. Frozen broccoli has already been cut before freezing, so when it thaws slightly, that process can still happen, which actually works in your favor. The simple way I use frozen broccoli is just simply take it out from the freezer, let it sit on the counter for 10 minutes or just enough to thaw slightly, not fully soft. Toss it with olive oil and some quality salt. My new obsession is this Celtic salt I recently found, and you can roast it for 425 Fahrenheit or 220 Celsius until the edge is brown. I will finish it with lemon juice or zest, garlic, and sometimes grated parmesan. The next one I have on my list is vegetable melty. They don't look exciting, but they are very versatile. So you are usually getting a mix of things like broccoli, carrots, green beans, and cauliflower, mushrooms, or peppers, depending on the brand. We know Costco carry various brands depending on location. So nutritionally, that matters because you are getting different fiber, and you know fiber fits different gut bacteria, different antioxidants, and different minerals all in one go. Another thing I like about this mixture is that they are already cut, so it saved me the time which I will spend cutting this. And you can use this time for something else. So vegetables like this are rich in fat-soluble vitamins like A, K, antioxidants, which your body absorbs better when you combine them with fat. So make sure you include some avocado, some extra virgin olive oil, or butter when cooking them to enhance the nutrients absorption. Here is a simple compost skillet dish that one of my favorite chefs are using it. This is how I actually turn a frozen vegetable melty into something that feels intentionally, not like just dump a bag in a pan. How I cook it. So I will start with a white skillet. So usually I use large skillet because a small pan gets overcrowded. So crowded, it makes frozen vegetables soggy, and I don't like that. So heat the olive oil over medium heat. Add the frozen vegetables straight from the freezer. Don't stir right away. Let them sit and develop some color. Once they start browning, start to toast and add the sliced garlic. At this point, the pan should smell good. That's when I put the rest of the seasoning like salt and pepper. So right before turning off the heat, you can add some lemon zest and you can toss in your favorite fresh herbs. That's what makes it feel fresh. So if I'm serving this as a side, I will finish with grated cheese or toasted nuts for texture. If this is a main dish, I will top it with some soft eggs, some grilled chicken, whatever protein I have handy. The next item I have is peas. So peas are naturally high in protein and fiber than most vegetables, and they are also rich in vitamin C, K, and a decent amount of magnesium. One thing people don't realize is the peas start losing their sweetness almost immediately after harvest. So frozen peas are usually frozen the same day when they are picked, which is why they often taste way better than the fresh one. Peas pair really well with proteins like egg, fish, chicken. So they are starchy enough to feel satisfying, but still gentle on your digestion. This is a very classic way that chefs use peas. This is how I do it at home. So bring a small pot of salted water to a boil and add the frozen peas to it and cook just until tender, about 2-3 minutes. Then drain well and then add a piece to a blender or food processor. Then you can add olive oil or butter, a small clove of garlic, salt and pepper, a squeeze of lemon, endless possibilities here. Blend until smooth but still bright green. So this pea mash works beautiful as, a base under grilled lamb, salmon, a spread under roasted chicken, or a spread on a baguette and top with burrata cheese, one of my favorite. If you want to keep texture, you can mash the peas by hand instead of blending. You can add mint and parsley to it for more flavor. The next item are the frozen green beans. People think of them as boring, but nutritionally, they are actually a great everyday vegetables. You are getting fiber, vitamin C, vitamin K, polyphenols that support metabolic health. Frozen green beans hold up really well to high heat, which makes them ideal for sauteing, roasting, or skillet dishes. How I cook them. So this is very important. The mistake most people make is steaming them. I don't do that. I cook frozen green beans fat over medium-high heat. Here is a chef-inspired recipe, green beans with lemon and almond recipe you should try. I use again a white skillet over medium heat. I will add some olive oil or butter, and then I will just put the frozen beans straight from the freezer. I will let them sit and I don't stir right away, similar how I do with a vegetable melt. What you want are some blistering developing and some browning before you start moving and turning this around. That's where the flavor comes from. Once the beans have color, add sliced garlic seasoned with salt and black pepper. Right before turning off the heat, I add lemon zest and I finish with some toasted almond. So option, you can do splash of lemon juice, you can add grated Parmigiano or Pecorino Romano for extra flavoring. This turns green beans into something we actually look forward to. This is a perfect side. You can pair it with any protein you want. Grilled salmon, lamb, chicken, whatever you have cooked for the day. Or I fold them into warm lentil salad, grain balls, or serve them under a soft egg for a quick lunch. They are very versatile. The next thing I have on my list are the frozen avocado. Now, this is not for slicing. And once you accept that, this becomes very simple to use. So avocado is a great source of monosaturated fat. It's more potassium than a banana actually, and helps us absorb the fat-soluble vitamins like A and K. Fresh avocado are unpredictable. So they are unripe, then overripe, then brown. So I do get the fresh avocado from Costco as well, and I also get the frozen one too. Frozen avocado, it's already peeled, portioned, and of course, it's frozen at peak ripeness. Texture-wise, it's perfect for blending. I don't turn this into guacamole ever. I will try to keep it simple so everybody knows this is for sauces and smoothies. As you guys know, I love innovative recipes and I don't just like to eat diet food. So I always update chef-inspired recipes. So here is it. Frozen avocado blended with full-fat Greek yogurt, some lime juice, salt, and a clove of garlic. Blend until smooth. How I serve this, you can put it over vegetables. You can drizzle it on top of your salmon, shrimp. I use it as sauce for bowls or tacos. It adds richness without this heaviness that most of the mayo-based sauces. Fat from avocado helps your body absorb nutrients from vegetables, and pairing with protein, slow digestion, and keep blood sugar stable. This is one of those quiet upgrades that makes meal feel elevated without trying too hard. The next bag I have in my freezer is the pineapple. So frozen pineapple is one of the best examples of frozen being better than fresh. So fresh pineapple is often picked, underripe, and then shipped long distances. I purchased so many pineapples. I even learned the leaf trick, when the fruit is ready to consume, when you can pull the leaf out with ease. And that would work. However, if I forget to check the fruit that day, when I do it, I'm late already. Frozen pineapple, it's cut and frozen when it's actually ripe. It also cooks beautiful. Fresh pineapple often turns watery when cooked. Nutritionally, pineapple is rich in vitamin C, bromelain, and enzyme that helps break down protein. That's why pineapple works so well with meat and seafood. It's natural, sweet, without the added sugar. And I know most people are just throw it into some smoothies. Well, not me. I cook it. You have to try my caramelized pineapple with lime and chili. So heat a skillet over medium heat, add frozen pineapple straight from the freezer, and let it cook until the edges caramelize. You can finish with lime zest, pinch of chili flakes, or chili powder, whatever you have handy. You serve it alongside a protein like grilled chicken or shrimp. You can tuck it into tacos, or you can add it to your protein balls. It is sweet, acidic, slightly spicy, and balance food really well. The last item I have are the edamame. It's technically a legume, and nutritionally, it's a complete plant protein, which is rare. What that means? It means that it has all the essential amino acids. So edamame, it's considered a superfood because it has all the essential amino acids. It's high in fiber, roughly 8 grams per cup, contains omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. It's a good source of iron, calcium, vitamin K, and folate. And edamame is meant to be frozen. Fresh edamame, it's hard to find, spoils quickly, and honestly doesn't taste as good. Frozen edamame is picked young, blanched, and frozen right away, which preserves both textures and nutrients. and because it's already cooked, it's easy to incorporate them into meals. This is one of the quickest protein you can add to any meal. You can just submerge them in some boiled water, add salt, and snack on it plain. I use it as a meal component, adds protein and texture to my meal. This is a really good alternative to hummus or any bean dip that you are be cooking regularly. You can definitely try if you are up for a change. So one frozen edamame, blend with olive oil, lemon juice, and salt, and you can optional add some garlic or chili. You want it slightly chunky, so make sure you don't blend this too much. You can put that in the blender or you can do it by hand. You spread it on toast or sourdough. You can spoon it next to grilled fish or chicken, or you can add it to your bowls or on top of your salad. You can use it as a dip with raw vegetables. So endless opportunities. So if soy doesn't work for you, you can definitely skip this. But for most people, organic whole food soy, like edamame, it's very different from processed soy isolate that you see in the bars and the protein powder. So context matters. So that's it. A wrap on the frozen vegetable section at Costco. These are the items I keep on hand because they are easy to use and they don't go to waste. And they are actually fit into real meals. Now, if you want help turning food like this into meals that works for your lifestyle, simple chef-inspired breakfast, protein-smart snack, and dinners that support your hormones and energy and help you lose weight easily, head to my website at claudiaholisticliving.com. If this video was helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends who's trying to get healthier this year without dieting. I have a separate video covering my 25 best food to buy at Costco and what to avoid this year. I will link it right here. So keep it simple, eat real food, and I will see you next time.